Hi Flosstube, it's Hannah. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. This is my channel all about cross stitch, and occasionally I show some of my sewing projects, but it's mostly just project bags that I make for cross stitch. This is Flosstube number, I think 6. Wow. I know there's not that many, but I've stuck with it for 6 episodes. That's pretty good. Kind of exciting. Thank you to all of my viewers and my followers. I love and appreciate you guys so much, and I hope that you come back. So this is going to be I'm going to go over my November plans in this video, show you a few, I think actually probably just one two projects that I know I'm going to be starting, and there may be more starts this week. It would not surprise me if I have like a big week of starts, but let's not get there just yet. So it is October 30th and tomorrow is Halloween. Yay! So I'm wearing my little witch's hat in honor of Halloween, and isn't it cute, you guys? I got this at a there was a pagan like fest thing in the cities, and there was somebody there who crocheted hats, and she had a couple witches hats, and I absolutely love this. It is so stinking cute. All the rainbow colors. I really want to order another one from her that's like purple, but we'll see. So ignore this. It's from my son's birthday party. It was in August. Yeah, I probably should take that down, but you know, I haven't. And then I'm gonna just tilt the camera so you can see this up here a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. My darn light always gets in the way. But that is the Halloween stitch along from the Tiny Modernist 2020. And that's what's hanging right there. And I have decided that it will probably just hang out year round. I think it was like the Halloween Ouija, maybe? I'm not sure. But yes. So I finished that in July. I think I finished it in July because I wanted to finish it before her current sale came out. So I have no finishes this week. I had originally was like, oh, I should try and finish something, but yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. I wanted to try and finish the Witches Go Riding, but I was like, oh, maybe I can finish it before the 31st. Maybe. No. With the limited amount of stitching time I have during the week, I knew it wasn't going to happen. So I did make good progress. I did make what I feel is good progress. I think I worked on it for like 2-ish days, maybe. Something like that. So I will show that in a little bit. I have like this pile right here, and I'm not 100% sure where in this pile it is. So, oh, and I had one new start. So I'm just going to start with what's at the top of my pile, and darn it, part of my reach here. Oh, and as you can see, I'm sitting somewhere different this week. I'm sitting at my kitchen table. And this is where I'm hoping to film my floss tubes from now on. So I put in a little bit of work into my Selkie pattern by the Primitive Hare. And this is in Gentle Arts and DMC. And I put in a few more stitches into the seal. So let me grab that. And then I realized, so I put more stitches like right in here. And then I realized that this up here is off, which means that all of this is probably off. So what I'm gonna do is, because I know that this down here is right, I am going to just work from this on up, and I'll figure out where I messed up. Because if I just have too many in this row, then all of this has to come out, which is a bummer. But I'd rather take all this out than all this. So that's where we're at on that. This probably, I probably won't get here for a while. I do not know if this will come out much more this year. And I'll kind of get more into that with my stitchy plans. And this is on, I think, Fiddler's Cloth, maybe. I think it's from Joann's or Michael's, and I think it's 14 count. And I am going to try and do some editing here, and hopefully I will have a before picture of all my projects somewhere like up in here. So we'll see if I can figure that out. So that is Selkie by the Primitive Hare. And then I have my seasons. So this was my 25/7. I am going to put a hold on my 25/7 projects probably for the rest of the year. And this is by Cross Stitch for the Earth by Emma Congdon. And the reason for that is because I want to stitch mostly holiday stuff. And it is this one here. You've probably seen it before. It's a pretty, I feel like it's a pretty popular one. I think there's even a stitch along for it. So I did not get much done this week. I finished off this leaf here and I added in this here. So this is another one that I will probably end up pulling out every now and then to stitch on and put a few stitches in here and there. But I am not going to do 25/7 on this if I decide to do 25/7 at all. I would like to probably start that back up in January, but for right now, I am taking a hiatus on that. Just so I can, fulfill hopefully my November/December plans. And then I'm gonna take him out of the hoop here. My favorite, which I have gotten a fair amount of stitching done on, and that is the Dragon by Ann Stokes from The World of Cross Stitching. And this is the July 21 issue. I do like to open this up and give you guys a little peek at the inside cover picture, or the inside picture of this, which is this here. Very pretty. I am stitching this for my friend, and this is where I'm at. So I have made some good progress. I did end up taking out the stitches, and so I've got the foot in. This is a little bit of the head, and then just, some random stitching in through there. Now I think I missed only one day of working on this, so that's pretty good. Some days I, maybe only put in 30 minutes or so, but I do aim for 1 hour a day on this. And if I can get more, great, because it kind of helps make up for those days where I may not be able to put in the time that I want. So that is my Fantasy Dragon. I'm going to do my new start last. So, okay. Oh. Oops. Sorry. Had to kind of adjust something there. Okay. And, oh no, I forgot the picture for this one. Well, I'll try to put a picture of up here of what this is supposed to look like. Oh wait, no, that's this one down here. Oh, I had 2 new starts. I forgot about this other start. I had 2 new starts. Oh, and there went my needle minder. I'll pick that up in a little bit. So this is the gnome family that I'm doing, and this I'm working on the like daddy gnome, I guess. So I'm not really sure where to hold this, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So I put in like the brim of the hat and a little bit of the face. This will probably definitely get more work done this week. I'm not like in a huge rush, but I would like to have this finished, I don't know, maybe before Christmas. Even if it's the day before Christmas, that's okay. This is probably the only Christmas one I actually am like really hoping to finish. Just so I have like a little something. All right, and then we'll do new starts last. Let's see. One that you probably haven't seen in a while, so I'm going to try and remember to put, like I said, a before picture here of this one, is the Antique Evergreen Sampler. So I started this for camp, and this was supposed to be my August project. And if you don't know what the camp was, it was hosted by the Colorado Stitcher, and it was for June, July, and August, and there was various challenges. And August challenge was to stitch a I think it was it a new to you designer? No, it was new to you flosses. That's what it was. And this is charted in weeks, I think. Yes, in weeks dye works. So this is all in weeks dye works with a few a few DMC stitches, or a few DMC threads, because my local needle workshop was out of the weeks that I needed. And this is on, I think, 18 count Aida, hand dyed by me. And you will notice I do not iron. And I know a lot of like floss tubers sit there and are like, I'm sorry I didn't iron, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, don't apologize, all right? It takes so much time and effort to sit there and iron your fabrics just to show them on your floss tube. I mean, I appreciate the people, I guess, who put the effort in, but to me, anyways, it's unnecessary. You're working on them. They're works in progress. Iron them when they're done, when they're hanging up. I don't know, like, it just, I feel like we shouldn't be expecting perfection out of everybody, because none of us are perfect. We're just trying to sit here and share our love of this hobby. So stop apologizing for you not ironing your work, okay? It's unnecessary. Anyways, so what I did is I finished the border, like down here, because it's kind of hard to see in this light on this fabric, but there's all these like little leaves and stuff, and what I'm assuming are acorns. So I just finished stitching those and putting in the border here. This is one I wanted to finish by the new year, and maybe I still will. Maybe I'll take it out, you know. I feel like maybe 2 afternoons and I'd probably finish it. So I probably really should try and finish this, but we'll see. It may go into the next year, because why not? All right, and then the next one I have up is Captain Meow by Heaven and Earth Design, or Captain Claw, not Captain Meow. Never get this right. By Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Jeff Haney, and it is charted by Michelle Sayeda. So I am stitching this one for my husband. I asked him to pick a mini Heaven and Earth design that I could stitch for him, because I have one thing that I stitched for him like years ago. It's just a little like anime thing. I don't know, only like this big. But I have not actually stitched him anything nice. So this is one that I'm stitching for him. I actually have 3 projects going for him at the moment. Just, you know, none of them are finished. One of them should be finished. Hopefully by Christmas. And I got a Q-snap. Okay, it's an off-brand Q-snap. I didn't want to spend the money on a name brand one because I wanted to see how I liked stitching on one, because I only have one other one and it's on my other Heaven and Earth designs. So I finished off this here and then have started filling in a little bit down here. And this one will stay out. And one of my plans for the rest of the year is end of right here. So the end of this like little square is the end of the page. I am going to try my hardest to get a page finish by this year. I would really love at least 1 page finish on this. So fingers crossed. So this will probably come out, I think ideally I'd like to bring it out at least 2 times a week, maybe more. And I did bring it out twice this week. Maybe I'll pull it out again this weekend, but I'm kind of leaning towards probably not, as I'm really enjoying my current project and I want to work on that more today for sure, and maybe more into, and probably more into next week. Next one I got is the Witches Go Riding, the Tiny Modernist 2021 stitch along, and the stitch along is finished. I still have not done an updated printout of this. Oh well. I'm only on the 3rd part anyway. I am very behind. And this is on 18 count Mystic Gray that I got from Stitchville. As I've said before, I have no idea who the dyer is. But this is where I am. So I got this in here. I started on the O and the N. I did end up going down to the last page to put this start on the skeleton, only because I needed it for one of the Enchanted Stitching Challenges prompts. So here it is in all its glory. I love this, but I'm kind of done stitching Halloween stuff. So I don't know. I have a feeling though that this is going to be one of those projects that doesn't come out again until next year. This will be done by next Halloween though. There's not a lot left, so I know that that is a very reachable goal. All right, and then I put in a few more stitches into this, so I'll show it. But it is this one here. This one is also for my husband. He has no idea about it, and I would like to eventually finish it for him. I started this, I think in 2019. And I am doing it on Black Ada, which may be part of the reason it hasn't been finished. But, so, I am, see if I can kind of like cover that up there. I am working up in here. It's really hard to see because it's like such a dark blue. The blue I think is like 938 or something like that. So it's a very dark blue. And it's kind of hard to see. So I'm working on finishing this up and I'm almost done. I have this like little section And then I am done with this color, I think, until you get down into like this area here, which, I mean, is only right here. But once I finish this color, then I can like come down into the lighter blues to finish off the page. And once I finish this, I will have 2 pages finished. So I'm thinking I may try and knock this out this week just to try and get that page finish. Because if I mean, I do not know if this will get finished this year, but if I can have this finished, I'd really like it. Like, I would love to be able to give this to my husband and be like, hey, I've been working on this for like 2 years. Like it. You better like it. If you don't like it, getting a divorce. Not really, but I would tell him that. I would totally tell him that. It's like, I'm always joking about stuff like that. But he knows I'm joking, so it's okay. Alright. And then, oh, this is, this is Aurora Cabin by Dimensions Gold Collection. And it is this one here. And I am working on, I should show you on this. I am working on this part of the cabin and then like a tree. Kind of hard to tell with the glare. So that's where I'm at. Just gonna put this all the way here. And this is on, I think, 16 count. Yes, it's on a 16 count gray Ada. This will definitely be coming up more with what I have decided to do for my plans. Make sure I have this the right way. All right. So I got a couple 100 more stitches in. You know, it's not like an amazing amount, but a little bit of the pine tree and the cabin. And my goal is just to kind of work on this pine tree. And then there's another bigger pine tree, here. So I'm debating if I'm going to go on to that or if I'm going to go on, no. Or if I'm going to go over to like here and finish off this. So the way I'm stitching this is there's 2 pages, and if you fold the pages in half, it like kind of gives it like, I guess, more of a 4-page thing. And that is what I plan on doing. So I will go page by page, and I'm just breaking it up into 4 pages. I am a page stitcher. That's just my, that is just my preference. All right. Now, yeah, I don't need that. Okay. I did work on Aurora a little bit last Saturday. Sorry for the crinkling. All I did though was I just added some beads to her. So, yeah, okay. Here she is in all her stunning glory. And then I came in and I just added all these beads in here. And then my kid woke up and I had to put the beads away because kids and beads, 1-year-olds and beads do not mix. So that is where I'm at on her. I'm probably not going to put a before picture just because all I did was a little bit of bead work. I really wanted to finish her by the end of the month, but I was a little overly optimistic with the beading. The beading's a lot slower than I expected. This is my first time beading, so it's a little bit slower than I expected, and I have to be pretty careful because obviously, you know, I don't want to spill beads for my kid to like accidentally eat, and so I have to do them during nap times, and I wanted to work on other things. So Aurora will, I don't want to say I'm not going to work on her anymore this year because I may just get in the mood. I mean, there's a potential that I could work on any of my projects regardless of my plans. I'm not very good at sticking to plans. If you've watched me, you probably know this. But I'm not going to say she's going to get finished this year. She may be held off until January, February, when I may decide to finish it. And the last one I actually worked on was by Emma Congdon, or Stitcherovia. And I think you can actually get this pattern that I'm stitching on her Etsy shop. So if you like it, I think you can get it there. It's from Animal Favorites, Cross Stitch Favorites. And it's kind of falling out of my book. Actually, it has fallen out of my book. All right, it hasn't fallen. My kid ripped it out. And I did not make a working copy. But I've still got to do this, because I'm just working from the book. So it's this one here. And I will post a before picture. I didn't do a ton, but I did throw some stitches in, which is something, because this is one I get a little tired of it sometimes. So yeah, any little bit I can do helps. And this is where I'm at. Try to get it all in here. So I worked on finishing off this here. Focus. So there's like back stitching mostly in this here that I worked on. And then I added some more in here. So not a ton, but still progress, right? And this is on 14 count, just some light blue from Joann's. And Evanora is on 14 count, hand dyed by me fabric. All right, I have 2 more projects to show, and they are both my new starts, since I decided to just end with them. The one I do not have a picture for, so I will try to put something up here of what it's going to look like. Hopefully I can find something. It is, I don't know if any of you have heard of Redly. It is an app that gives you access to lots of magazines. And I decided to get it because I was spending, I don't know, I have a subscription to just Cross Stitch, but then I was spending probably about $30-ish a month buying Cross Stitcher and the World of Cross Stitching. And with this app, I think you get 2 free months, and then the 3rd month, it's like $11.99 a month. So it was less than the price of one of the magazines, and I get a bunch of back issues as well. So this one is from one of the back issues, and I'm not really sure what it's called, but it is some vintage cross-stitching girl, or vintage girls. It's like 50s style, and I am started on the skirt. So here's her skirt, a little bit of her like hand and arm that's like sitting on her hip, and this over here is the start of a second girl. Like I said, hopefully I can find a picture to put here so that you can see what it's going to look like, but if not, it's 2 50s style girls. There's some presents that are going to be over here, and then there's like things that like Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, stuff like that, like text up here. So I started this yesterday, and this is where I am so far. It is stitching up pretty quickly. So like I said, I want to work on her more today, try to finish off at least, you know, filling in this part of the skirt, and maybe going over here to this like half of the skirt. But we will see. And then my last one is the Cereal Sal, which you may have heard. I know that Steel City Stitchers were talking about this one. Pardon my red thread. As you can see, a lot of just threads just hanging out on my projects. So I don't have a lot done on this. I think I might go in today or tomorrow and finish the serial text. I will try and find a picture to put up here of what the border is supposed to look like, since I haven't finished yet. I decided that I wanted to, I decided that I wanted to wait and see what was going to be in the boxes before I went all out. Yes, I know this fabric should have probably been ironed previously, but I have found that with a lot of like my hand-dyed fabrics that if I work on them, they kind of smooth out, so I just don't bother. I'm lazy. So my plan for this is I'm going to do like every other box. I'm going to alternate boxes in black and the red. And this says cereal up here, and I've still got to fill in these, do a bunch of boxes. The boxes, though, they stitch up really quickly. I mean, most people had it like, I've seen people that had this whole thing finished in like a day. So I'm not too concerned with getting the boxes done. Like I said, I want to see what's in the boxes so that I can, if I decide that I want to make like some changes, I've seen people make some awesome like modifications to this pattern. And if I want to make some modifications, I want to see what's in the boxes before I make those. Because I noticed a lot of people are going like with the blood and gore style like theme with this. And the designer kind of said that it was going to be more like mementos and stuff. So, and that it's not going to be bloody and gory from the sounds of it. So I want to see before I make any decisions on, you know, fully finishing this. Or fully finishing the border. So that's where I'm at. Fabric is hand dyed by me. And it is 18 count. So the next part comes out, I think, tomorrow. And this sale, I believe, is closed now. I do not think you can sign up for it anymore, if I remember correctly, and it is by Fourth Circle Studio, I think is what she's called. So yeah, that is all I have for whips. And let me grab a drink here. I've discovered these Vita Rain Zeros. I don't know, I get them at Kirkland. They're pretty good. All right. November plans. I plan on stitching mostly Christmas or wintry themed stuff. That is my plan. I do not have any plans to actually finish any of it. If I do, awesome. What I'm hoping to do is I prefer bigger projects. In case you haven't noticed, most of my projects are, you know, on the bigger side. So my plan is to have a few in the works and hopefully have some of them, probably not all of them, but some of them finished by next year so that they're ready for next year's Christmas. I wasn't doing a lot of stitching until June, I think, of this year, May, June of this year. So, you know, I wasn't really in a holiday stitching mood. So I didn't start any holiday stuff. I was doing Halloween stuff because, you know, who doesn't love Halloween? But I was not doing Christmas stuff. So I have those girls, the like 50s style girls, their Christmas style one. I have the gnomes, Aurora cabin. So those are 3 that I have going. I'm hoping to have somewhere between 5 and probably 10 Christmas/winter projects going. So those will be started, you know, probably throughout the month and probably into December as well. One of them that I wanted to start is this one here by Teresa. I think it's by Teresa Wensler. Yes, Teresa Wensler. And it is Magical Night. So I am hoping to start her. because she is absolutely beautiful. She does have some beads, and I'm going to need to go through my stash and see what I have for her for, you know, stitching. I also have the Joan Elliott one that I've shown before. Hopefully she will get started soon. And I have a few other ones from Redley that I'm planning on starting. So when I start them, I will show pictures and all that. And then, I forget who's starting it. I will try and link it below though. Mervember is starting. I've been anxiously awaiting this one. When I went and bought all the flosses I needed. I do have to go rebuy some of the Kreinik because for some reason I bought the 8th braid. I don't know why I keep doing this. She is in a plastic baggie right now. I do have a... No, her bag is not made yet. Hoping to make her bag this weekend. I bought some mermaid fabric for it. So Mervember is being hosted on a Facebook group, and it is where people are either starting or finishing a mermaid mirabilia. And I have had Aphrodite, I think that's what this one is. Yeah, Aphrodite Mermaid in my stash for about a year now. And it is time. It is long overdue to be starting her. I seen her, I fell in love, and I was a little bit intimidated last year to even start her because all the beads and the fancy flosses and all that. But I ended up starting another one, which I've shown on here before, Cathedral Wood Goddess. And I don't know, I was like, oh, this is actually, I was really enjoying stitching her. So she is going to get started. How much I will work on her, I do not know yet. My only goal is to make a good start on her. I believe this like start along, stitch along is going to be last about a year. That's how long like the Facebook group will be open. So like I said, I will link that below if you are interested in joining. So yeah, I'm hoping to just make a good progress on her, and hopefully I'll finish her next year. You know, she's probably not going to get too much love, just because, as I said, I want to focus on holiday stitching or winter-y stitching. So that is my plans. The only haul I have is just a bunch of DMC thread that I bought on sale at Joann's right now. I think I'm going to go back today and probably pick up a few more skeins for a few other projects. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and I'm going to work on the dragon some more. Obviously, dragon is not going anywhere. He does have to be finished by Christmas. Other than that, I think that's it. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you again. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And like I said, hopefully I get some editing in here and, you know, make it more of a proper Flosstube. Thanks. Bye.